Yes, Shalom. All honor, praise, and glory unto Yahweh Basham, Yahweh Shai, Basham Raka Kodash. Big up all of the Acham and the Atraf, the Virgin and the sister them, who help push 100% through to the four corners, and double honor to all the elder them who come before me and push it too. Right, so we are going to talk about ignorance and the mark of the beast, and how Esau relate to the mark of the beast. And it's already here, man. You know, the COVID vaccines and no swabs, we are going to specialize in it today. Because we were telling them back in a long time during the scamdemic about self-assembling nanochips, right, made from graphene oxide and other things. And the proofs, they just keep pouring out more and more because Yahweh, he will reveal his secrets, what he's causing to be done in the world and to his prophets, right? So Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of Allah Yahweh, but whereas they lived in a great war of ignorance, those so great plagues we call it peace, we're speaking the song of the Lamb every day so that they can give credence to it, but they're in the state of ignorance, and the state of ignorance is not like you're stupid, incapable of knowing, it's that you are actively ignoring the information present, and it's willful ignorance. That's what we're living on, right? Willful ignorance is the intentional avoidance of knowledge about a negative consequence of one's actions to remain comfortable or to avoid responsibility, right? This can manifest as choosing not to know how a product was made, bumbleclad like the COVID vaccines and no swabs, ignoring evidence that contradicts one's belief that it's a regular old vaccine, or deliberately not learning about the risky situation, like you're just not focusing on it, or just don't take it. But why is it? Why not take it? Right? What happens if the people take it? Oh, you know it changed the DNA. Right? So if it changed the DNA, what more do they have to do for damn the man? The man is no longer a creation of Allah Yahweh. He's owned in the legal system upon a genetic scale by the beast. And you man them still are talking, well, nothing, the God now come back until RFID chip. But the same technology already in them. Uno are willfully ignorant to this fact that RFID technology has gone nanoscale and it can be in liquid form, self-assembling. They are willfully ignorant. 2 Peter 3 verse 5, for this they are willfully ignorant of that that by the word of Allah Yahweh, the heavens were of old and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. They are ignorant of the works of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. He said the deceiver and the one deceiving are his. And that's a work of him. By his word that man and the beast Esau, his kingdom, would bring the mark of the beast, Revelation 13. But they are ignorant of it. They are ignorant and willfully ignorant of the name of the beast. None of these camps, not even Great Millstone, will tell you what the name of the beast is. A Lucifer is, and it's inside of the vaccine and all them thing there. And it's a part of the graphene oxide self-assembling nanochips within the mark of the beast vaccinated and no-swabbed individuals. Let's go into Revelation 18 and 23 about deception, because you have to be ignorant to get deceived, right? And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorcerers were all nations deceived. Right? So let's go into what it mean by candle. Right? What it mean by candle? The Greek word luknos. I doubt that's how you pronounce it. Right? Luknos, from the base of G3022. A portable lamp, or either illuminator, a candle, a light. Right? Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is a light, and reproofs are the instruction of the way of life. The word of God is that lamp. It now going to be heard in you no more. Right? Revelation 18 and 23. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all indeed. The law, the commandments, the word of God, Yahweh Shai, his sacrifice. And the voice of the bridegroom, that's Yahweh Shai. It's all talk about the same thing. And of the bride, the prophets, us, shall be heard no more at all indeed. That's why these men are coming up with strange doctrines of winds, talking about all heathens can be saved, talking about the tribe of Naphtali was really the Polynesian Japhites, right? Talking about go get no swab, go get COVID vaccine. Don't be afraid. These men are not talking the word of God. They just have a Bible in front of them and they're talking. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were our nation deceived. Going on sorcery. Well, we have to show people because people might say, what did you just show? You see your exit out. Suck your mother. Right? So let's look upon candle. Candle right there, so G3088 Lynchos, and that come from the root word looknos that we were looking at. Right? And then sorcery is G5331 pharmakia. Now let's look at the definition of pharmakia. Pharmakia, the use or the administering of drugs. So by the use of administering of drugs for all nation deceived into what? Taking the mark of the beast. Right? They said drugs. Drugs is just the operation. It's sorcery. Because drugs could be dirt mixed with salt. And if you mix dirt with salt, you neutralize the nutrients inside of the dirt. So no, you're just feeding someone empty stock. They won't be full, and you can keep filling them up with the dirt. They won't feel full, but they're just eating dirt, right? And flavor it up. It's sorcery, right? So it's just taking normal things in our nature and put it in an unnatural way. Like these drugs in our, like the Lucifer Ace, the graphene oxide. These things are in our nature, and then they use them in an unnatural way for change a man's DNA, for change the temple of God, for take out Yahweh out of you, his name. Right, so let's go into the Pfizer docs. Right, because people think we talk conspiracy. These are the FDA released documents of Pfizer. These are just some of them. I'll go to page 7. Yeah. Right, I'll start right there. For twin strep tag P2S, 4 milliliters purified protein at 5 milliliters were 4 nanoliters. All right, let me read this again. For twin strep tag P2S, 4 nanoliters purified protein at 0.5 milliliters were applied to gold quantifold mesh grids freshly overlaid with graphene oxide. So, listen, right? Why is this mentioned inside of the Pfizer documents? If it was used in the making or it's a primary ingredient, why is it in there? Why do you need this? Right, because it's something more sinister. There is no other vaccine made like this except the COVID vaccines and the ones after the pandemic. The rest of vaccines are parasites that they inject into eggs. They inject the parasite in our egg and let it develop, and then they inject it in you, and your body fight it. Some people cannot fight it off and they're dead. That's why a regular vaccine is. This is not a regular. You don't need no graphene oxide and gold. Graphene oxide and gold seem like nano circuitry. So let's look on it again. For twin strep tag P2S, 4 nanoliters purified protein at 0.5 milliliters were applied to gold quantified R1 2/1.3300 mesh grids freshly overlaid with graphene oxide. Like, why is that there, dog? In the Pfizer docs. And all the vaccines are the same thing, right? So let's look in at graphene oxide RFID. All right, let's see if it come up what it was showing me earlier before, Graphene oxide can be integrated with RFID technology to create battery-free wireless sensors that can detect environmental factors like humidity, light, and gases, right? It's like body sensors for the biometric identification cryptocurrency system, right? By coating RFID antenna in a graphene oxide-based sensing layer, remember they have liquid RF antennas made out of graphene already, nano rotors. So I'm just showing them that you don't have to have a RFID. You can use other things than the regular old RFID to get the same results. Right, and so by coating an RFID antenna in graphene oxide-based sensing layer, changes in the surrounding environment alter the material's properties, which in turn modifies the RFID signal frequency or resonance that can be read by a remote reader. That's why you have the 5G towers in your neighborhood. They're relaying the information from your body after you get job up to your phone, and then your phone is already hooked up to the phone to the 5G network, but you don't get 5G network. It's just the data that they're taking from you is processed on that 5G network, separate from your 4G and 3G network that you use for your phone and communication services given to the public. This enables applications in fields like the Internet of Things, healthcare, and environment monitoring. So graphene oxide can be used in pharmacia. All right. Look, let's see what the AI say. Self-assembling hydrogel graphene nano RFID chip. How we already know about these things? We just want to see if the secular information, what they are presenting to us. While research in the individual components is active, there is no current evidence of a fully realized self-assembling hydrogel graphene nano RFID chip as a single integrated device. The concept combines several cutting-edge research areas, self-assembling hydrogels and graphene. Scientists have developed hybrid hydrogels that self-assemble and incorporate graphene and graphene oxide. These materials show promising biomedical applications like tissue engineering, drug delivery, and flexible sensors due to their unique mechanical and electrical properties. So Great Millstone to R say he don't believe that they could do this with the vaccine, put RFID in there, because he think they don't have the technology. Well, you might have not known. But if after this video drop, you are being willfully ignorant because we're showing you that the technologies exist. Nano RFID chips. The miniaturization of RFID systems to a nanoscale is a goal aiming for single chip implantable devices. Current limitations are often related to the size of the antenna. They already have graphene nano antennas, bro. We are not ignorant of Satan devices, right? So we're showing that the capabilities out there. Right, because they're saying it don't exist. It don't exist. It don't exist. There's no limitation. But there's a whole patent for this right here. What do you mean it don't exist? It don't exist yet. The current inventor. These are the inventors of the self-assembling graphene oxide protein matrix. Right? Yuan Hao, Wu, Wen Wang, Alvaro Mato, Chavaria, right? These are inventors. That means there's an invention. That means it exists. All right. And the Queen Mary University of London, financial capital. The present invention relates to a stable self-assembling graphene oxide protein matrix comprising of disordered protein, Lucifer is, and graphene oxide. Wherein the disordered protein has an opposite charge to the graphene oxide, so they bond like neutrons to protons and electrons in a atom nucleus, right? So bro, they're bonding this because that's nanoscale, that's a quantum scale, that's the scale upon your DNA level, right? Quantum computers, quantum is nano, right? Quantum physics, nanophysics, all right? Because they study that because your DNA upon a quantum level, dog, you don't understand what I go on, bro. We are dealing with spiritual wickedness in our high places. Right? So the technology exists. And what we just read about, all that and patents, was what we were seeing during the pandemic with this. And most of these camps don't want to talk about this because this blow all the bullshit doctrines out of the fucking water, dog. Like a sailboat in a hurricane. Okay? Let's get, I know Smoke and Mirrors. Alright? Let's watch Smoke and Mirrors video. And there might be an ad. Hold on. Need a good video. Not just put up editing.
Did you know Japanese people never suffer from lung problems, even smokers? Scientists recently discovered.
This is the fastest way to cleanse and restore your lungs. If you have short or weak breath due to trapped mucus or lung problems.
A brand new study which was just published looked at the contents of a certain medical procedure which shall not be named. And in this study, the authors claim to have found artificial nanostructures, which they refer to as self-assembling nanostructures, which look like this. Now, these were only found in the mRNA containing ones, and the shapes range from crystals, filaments, spirals, all the way to nanotubes. They found that the
And yesterday, last night, I made the video and they talk about the self-assembling graphene nanotubes, right?
shape of these changed over time and were particularly responsive to external electromagnetic fields. But before you get excited, there are some serious problems with this study. First up, there's no public.
All right, so he can suck his mother. All right, so it's proof right there, so right. He's both to say well, there's problems. There's no mainstream people co-signing this bullshit, right? That means it has to be bullshit because the mainstream people who tell us that Arabs that herd goats in the desert in caves had weapons of mass destruction have not confirmed it. They can suck their mother, right? We know the pattern is out there. We know this exists, right? And this is talking about there is no current evidence of fully real. Go suck your mother, dog. It's right there, so. And I have something. Hold on. Cause he said tubes. In some embodiments, the graphene oxide protein matrix, right? The graphene oxide mixed with Lucifer, yes, name of the beast, may form a membrane that define a lumen defined by a membrane having an inner and outer surface. This enables the membrane to form shapes such as sacks and tubes, right? And the man just showed that in the video. So all you willfully ignorant people who do, and yo, the woman's letting her children walk on an active construction site. She's letting them walk on the active construction site at the park with the heavy machinery active right now. Mad lady. I know she's yo. Anyway, right? He just talk about the truth. So anybody that wants to be willfully ignorant right now, you stay willfully ignorant. Anyone that wants to diss us and say we're mad, go suck your mom, bro. And deal with us face to face. Right? Debate your cause and let us debate our cause upon this matter. Right? Because it's important pertaining to salvation. It's a weightier matter. I on the don't want to talk about it, on the don't want to acknowledge this because it destroys the doctrines of men. It destroys the commandments of men. It shows that One West does not have 100% truth. GMS, Great Millstone, don't have 100% truth. IOIC, ISUPK, Sikaris, Genesis, all of them, they don't have 100% truth. Who has 100% truth? Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And he revealed parts of that truth unto us. Right? So, 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Allah I am, or that is worship, so that he as Allah I am sitteth in the temple of Allah I am, showing himself that he is Allah I am Yahweh, because we are the temple of God. And once he put this technology inside of you, he own your body, he changed your DNA, and he changed what you were created in into something else, showing himself that he's the God of you now. He run your body. And the technology already inside of people. Man, them I watched the on Twitter, Dr. Jane Ruby. She's talking she's talking about the Kennedy boy, RFJ Jr., whatever his name is. Oh, he's talking about the autism in certain vaccines. We need to cancel that one. And she's like, yo, it's just breadcrumbs to distract you from a bigger matter. All this RFID, this digital ID, is breadcrumbs to distract you. That it's already done, bro. This is all bread and circus. You understand? All bread and circus to keep you distracted, kicking the can down the road. Oh, it didn't happen yet. Oh, World War III didn't happen. The mark of the beast. Go suck with no matter, dog. So Esau wants to dwell at the temple and show himself that he's God. Let's talk about this Tyrus and the cherubim on the east of the garden. That God's the way of truth. Because Esau's covering up the truth. He's that cherubim flaming sword. Ezekiel 28 verse 12. Son of man, take up lamentation upon the king of Tyrus. I'll say unto him, thus saith Yahweh Elohim, thou sealest up the sun, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. He covereth things up. He the full picture, he hideth that thing, bro. Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering, the sardis, the topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, the jasper, the sapphire, the emerald, the carbuncle, the gold. These are the stones of the tribes of Israel. Right? He take the thing from Adam. He make Adam kick out of the garden. Then he run the thing. The workmanship of thy tabrets and of thy pipes was prepared in thee in the day that thou was created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth. He covereth the faces of the judges. He's the chosen one for hide the truth from people. Right? These white Edomites. Thou art the anointed cherub that covereth, and I have set thee so. The deceived and the deceivers are Yahweh's. Thou was upon the holy mountain of Alahayim. Right? They take over Israel. Didn't Donald Trump just go out Jerusalem? Don't they run that thing? Right? Thou has walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. You understand? He's been all around. He in the congregation. He's amongst us. He runs. He's sitting on top of us in the sides of the north, in the northern hemisphere, and the ends of the earth. Esau is running us. But not for long. Right? Let's look for Alexander. Alexander really fulfilled this, but Esau in a total fulfilled this. Right? So I looked this up, right? Alexander, I said, was Alexander the Great buried in Tyre? Right? And I know America, people in America say Tyree. No, don't pronounce it like that. It's not Tyree, it's Tyre, right? Because when you pronounce it the right way, you will find secrets. All right, it's Tyre. It's Ty for the Ty, Ty, and the I, the E, the R E, me like It's Tyre, or it's Tyre, right? But it's Tyre. All right. No, Alexander the Great was not buried at Tyre. His tomb's location is unknown. Look on all this AI just bumbuckler lie to you, dog. Right? God, he says his tomb was unknown, but the Alexander sarcophagus is a late 4th century BC Hellenistic stone sarcophagus from the royal necropolis of Aya, right? Near Sidon. What's near Sidon that sound like Aya? Tyre. They're calling it Aya to keep you distracted so you don't put the prophecy together because they are the anointed cherub that covereth the truth. The Alexander sarcophagus is a late 4th century BC Hellenistic stone sarcophagus from the royal necropolis of Aya near Sidon, Lebanon. Right, the Prince of Tyre. Watch this. Aya is Tyre, likely refers to the ancient, and it just update, bro. This is not what I wrote. That's not what I see. Here we are. Aya is Tyre, likely refers to the either misspelling of Aya is Tyre or Aya is Tyre, with Tyre being the British spelling for the same subject. Tyre is the British spelling of the city of Aya. So when it's the same thing, right? Then Aya, hold on. Aya is most likely a misspelling of Tyre. Tyre is a ring shape. Hold on. Man, these man are trying to make me look like a fool with the you see me, hold on. Yeah, cause this is the second time I try to show this in a video, and it's still the same thing last time. All right, we talk about Aya. It just don't. It wanted to put it lower down so you lose your attention span. Right? In some social media snippets, Kaya is the name of a dog. All they want for me, trying to make me look like a fucking idiot, bro. Here we are. Aya is likely a typo for I, R, or D, and Tyre refers to the ancient city of Tyre, a Phoenician port city in modern day Lebanon. Right? Historical records including archaeological evidence from Aya Cemetery at Tyre. Boom, look. Aya Cemetery at Tyre. All right. Aya Cemetery at Tyre. Why it takes so long for them to show this? Right? And then the man they say Alexander sarcophagus is unknown. He was not buried at Tyre, but his tomb, his grave, his body was found at Aya, and Aya is a temple in Tyre. All right. So he's the anointed cherubim that hideth the truth, and he hide it from you. Once you take the mark of the beast, the truth is 100% hidden from you. You will never get the fruit of life. You will never get the true knowledge and wisdom because the word no longer heard in you, bro.
So the man take up a lamentation upon the king of Tyre, Alexander Esau, and say unto him, thus saith Yahweh Alahayam, thou sealest up the sum, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You man, them cover up everything, bro. You understand? So Genesis 3 verse 24. So he drove out the man, and this is I'm just using this for sure how Esau is, because Esau come later after this. You understand? So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword which turned everywhere to keep the way of the tree of life. To keep the way of the tree of life, for hide it, for guard it from you, to make sure you never find it. And he from the east, with garden of Jerusalem, right? Yahweh Shai favorite place, the garden of Geshemi in Jerusalem, and whose land is east of Jerusalem, right? If north is up, south is down, east, west is to the left, and east is to the right. Edom, Edom, and the serpent statue monument is in Edom, Petra. Right? They guard the truth. They are the ones covering up the truth. They are the ones banning Bible off of the internet. They are the ones making the Bible illegal, arresting people for reading the Bible. They are the ones who decide who can what a government in a country can do and what they cannot do. They are the ones supplying Boko Haram to kill so-called Christians in Nigeria. They are the ones implying them to do these things, for cover up the truth. Right? Now let's talk about the name of the beast, Lucifer is that DP protein. Right? Lucifer aces are this are the protein. Right? Some Lucifer aces like Gaucher Lucifer ace, which is in the vaccine and nose swab, can be extensively disordered, meaning they lack a rigid defined structure. All right. Remember, we talk about the graphene oxide patent, the self-assembling thing. Right? Hold on. Go up there. Right? Self-assembling graphene oxide protein matrix. Right? Matrix. Funny words just to describe fucking computer software and technology. All right. The present invention relates to the stable self-assembling graphene oxide protein matrix comprising of a disordered protein and graphene oxide. Right. So, and even the Pfizer docs, right? The Pfizer docs talk about protein, mixing protein and graphene oxide. For the twin strep tag P2, purified protein freshly overlaid with graphene oxide, right? That's the matrix, right? So go back down, and Lucifer is that disordered protein, and they are willfully ignorant that Lucifer is the name of the beast, right? Because Revelation 14 and 11 talk about the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. But these men don't have the light of the candle, the vice of the bridegroom, and the vice of the bride. They say, no, it's not forever and ever. It's just a long time, right? Because they don't have the word of God inside of them. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of him name, the mark of him name. They don't like the end of that scripture because they can't tell you what the name of the beast is. They don't want to tell you, because then you will see that, the mark of the beast already here. All of them camps already take it, bro. Right? IUIC, ICPK, Genesis, they take the mark of the beast already. Over 6.66 billion people take the mark of the beast already, worldwide. Right? Because the mark of his name. And Isaiah 14, verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, oh, after oppressor cease, the golden city cease. Jump to verse 12. Oh, art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? So Babylon is called Lucifer, son of the morning. Oh, art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Right? Hold on. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of Elohim. Right? That's his precious stones. The stars, like Joseph say, he had a dream, the sun and the moon and the 11 stars bowed down to him, his brother and his mom and dad. Israelites are considered stars. We are the star. You know, our yardman in Jamaica say, yo, star, where you say? Right? We are stars. You understand? And he want to sit and put that throne above us, like Ezekiel talk about, right? Because he is the prince of Tyrus. His name is Lucifer. The name of this beast is Lucifer, the last beast in our Daniel. All right. I will set also upon the mount of the congregation on the sides of the north, because Jerusalem is in the northern hemisphere above the tropic of Cancer. You understand? So let's recap. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them, that they erred in the knowledge of Allah Yahweh, but whereas they live in a great war of ignorance, those so great place they call peace. Right? These man think say because the pandemic ease up everything good. No, the mark already come. Because it ease up, you think it's not the mark. You think it's peace until the real mark come. You fucking mistaken, dog. You idiot. And you in a state of willful ignorance. You will ignore all this information and say, my elder has been doing this for 60 years. And you have some jackasses that have been wrong for 20 years. You have jackasses that's been wrong for 100 years. Esau for over 1,000 years has been saying he's superior to us and he's wrong, right? And yeah, after 60 years, for like 20 years, was talking about in the year 2000 will be the end. And that never happened. You understand? So, willful ignorance, 2 Peter 3 and 5. For this they are willfully ignorant of that by the word of Allah I am Yahweh, the heavens were of old and the earth standing out of the water and in the water. So these men are willfully ignorant of the things of God and his prophecies, like the mark of the beast. They decide to ignore this information we present. So, shalom, peace and blessings.